I wanted to be good for you. Waiting on a sign, guess it's time for a different prayer. But please favor for me. Do this one favor for me.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your girl Candace here from SwipesandGiggles, here to give you the 411 on online dating and a little bit more. Now, I know, once again, I have not been on my game with my postings, but it's okay. Like, listen, it's a lot. I work a full-time job, I volunteer, and I try to make my family and friends happy by spending quality time with them also. It's a lot to take in. Unfortunately, I'm not a big-time YouTuber yet or a social media influencer, so I don't have all the time in the world to do what I kind of want to do when I want to do it, but we're going to get there soon. In the meantime, please make sure that you subscribe. We are 236 strong at this moment in time. I would love to push that up to 300 by the end of the year. I do have a big hopeful wish in my heart to have 300, if not 350 by the end of the year, which I really do think we can do it. We're only in the, going into the third week of October. We can do this. So please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button and hit that notification bell so you can get notified of any new videos that I upload to my channel. And you can also subscribe to my podcast, The Vault with Chase. And I'm on Spotify, Apple, Google, Breaker, TuneIn, wherever you want me. That's where you'll find me. So for today's topic, it was actually brought to me by a fellow podcaster. I posted on my Vault with Chase Instagram page and asked, what should my next podcast topic be? What's something that you want me to discuss or say my advice or opinion on? And my fellow podcaster from the Cluttered Minds podcast. His name is Mark, or Mark D Projects on Instagram. Please follow him. He's actually a professional photographer and he has a podcast. He said to speak about being a big girl and not just like a funny, comical, or trying to make it like a silly thing, but just in a, me, Candace Chase, however you may say it, as long as the flavor stays in your mouth, way. So I thought about it and I'm like, that sounds pretty interesting. And we're going to have a part 1 for my podcast. So I am going to be talking about this on my podcast. So if you want the more, raw version of this, just please go to my podcast and I'll have this episode uploaded by Wednesday. So I think Tuesday night I'll record it. Wednesday morning it should be available. I'll probably record it Monday night and then have it fully available on all different platforms on Wednesday. For today's topic, we are talking about dating as a big girl, the cons and the pros. We're going to touch on a little bit of sexual content there. And let's get into it. Being a big girl is not this dramatically hard life that everyone thinks that it is whatsoever. I actually enjoy being a plus size female. Of course, do I want to be smaller just for health concerns and reasons? Obviously. And no, before anyone has to say any negative things, I am not an enforcer on being a big person. There is a difference between being an enforcer of body confidence and being an enforcer of having unhealthy weight and things changing to your body at a rapid pace. I am a body confidence influencer. So basically, whether you be skinny, slim, thick, big as hell, fat, however you want to categorize yourself, I would like you to have the confidence in your body and not to be afraid of who you are and showcase it. Obviously, if you would like to change it for yourself and obviously have some self-reflection and say, I'm too thin, I want to bulk up some, or I'm too big, I want to thin out some, or I'm just right, I just want to tone. There's a difference between slimming down and toning down. Please know the difference. I'm not a nutritionist whatsoever. I have just been told I've been big all my life, so therefore I am a bigotress. If that makes sense. I actually enjoy being a plus size female. I know some people it's like, oh my God, why would you like being fat? I didn't say I like being fat. I said I like being a big plus size female. That's two different things. By the width of this chair to the width of my body, we can all see what big is, you know what I'm saying? But it's nothing's wrong with having the confidence in yourself to, go out through the day and say, I'm a beautiful person. I'm a beautiful person inside and out. Honestly, I'd rather be big as hell with a great personality than be skinny as hell and be a bitch. And that's just what it is. If you don't like it, kiss my ass. So every big person isn't the same. So I cannot speak for every single big person out there, just like they cannot speak for me. But I will give you the inside deets of dating per se, because this is a dating channel of dating as a big female. Um, I will say that yes, it is almost kind of harder to find or date or be in a relationship just because of size. Your body is not what typically everybody wants. And the same goes for really, really, really slim people. Some people don't like that they're so skinny. Personally, I do not like skinny people. And no, that has nothing to do with the fact that I'm big and I feel like I'm going to squish them and we don't look good together. It's my preference. I know some big women who really do love very slim men, and there's some very slim men who really love big women, and opposites, well, vice versa. So it doesn't really happen on attraction. It's just like what I feel comfortable with, and I feel comfortable with a bigger guy. Like he just makes me feel a little bit more secure, and I love like rubbing on their arms and it's their tummies. That's just personally me. I just want you guys to know that we get play and plenty of it. Now, are some of the play actions unwanted things? Yeah, just like anybody else. You get a guy sliding in your DM asking to do some weird stuff, you're not going to be wanting to do it. Or there's people who have big people fetishes, which is weird in itself because that's just whatever. And then you have some people who are like feeding, and then you have feeders. Like basically they like feeding big people to watch them get bigger. That's what makes them attractive to them, and that's a fetish, and that's something that I don't indulge in. So once again, that's another stereotype, that they think that like they're just with us just because they want to see us get big, or like watching us be big or something like that. And it's not that. They just are attracted to bigger females, hips and thighs and cakes and pies. You know what I'm saying? Because we're bigger females, we'll take whatever we can get. That's completely and utterly wrong. I have a choice on who I want to date and who I want to be with, just like you have a choice. So therefore, I'm not taking every single guy who says, "Hey, I think you're pretty," and I'm taking them in the bed with me because they're showing me attention whatsoever. I am talking to who I want to talk to and how I want to talk to them. And when it comes to being sexual, yes, being bigger does not, it's great in a sense, and then it's not in a sense. The cons of being a big girl, when it comes to sexual activity, I always ask, what kind of bed frame do you have? Now, it might be embarrassing to some people to ask, but I don't find it embarrassing. What would be more embarrassing is your bed frame breaking because of me and you. And typically I'm always going to be talking to a bigger guy because that's the type of guys I like. So if your bed frame holds you, homie, can it hold both of us? Obviously, if you're not packing in the sack to a certain degree, me and you can't tango. And it's not because of my own preference. It is not this whole, oh, women are only looking for dudes with like schlongs or something like that. Not at all. Literally, for me, I don't know about anybody else, for me, you can't rock the boat unless you can stay in the boat. And also positions. If you have a guy that's on a slimmer side and you're messing with him, um I always say, know your positions and know them well. Know what you can and cannot do. I know that some people have the fetish of getting sat on or weighed on or just laid. Basically, you're using your big body and just distributing it all over them or on one focal point on their chest or their face. I don't recommend that. I think that's pretty dangerous and is a very weird fetish, once again, because like you could die. Like it was on 1,000 Ways to Die. So you might want to relax on that. But if you're doing like a 69, or if you're on someone's face or whatever, just make sure you're able to hold your own weight, so that way it's not, all the pressure is not on them. Other than that, there's nothing else. I feel like people think like big people having sex is like this weird phenomenon, like they just need to watch on like Geographic Channel or something like that. I swear we get down with the dirty just like everybody else. It's not even different. It's probably better. That's just me. As you guys know, yes, I am single, and I've been single for a while, but like I said, I've been single, not lonely. So in that, yeah, I haven't had an official relationship, but I've talked to different guys. I've dated different guys. That doesn't mean that I haven't been in it. Like I told you guys before, when it comes to the 4 steps of getting into a relationship, yes, I've dated people, but I have not gotten into a relationship, whether because, well, it's always because the dude is just basically an a-hole at the end of the day, or he's a psycho. You guys see my psycho video. If you haven't, the link will be for it in the down below. But yeah, or they just ghost. It's just, it is what it is. It happens to any and everybody. So there's no really size stipulation here. It's just, it is what it is. Like, whether you get in a relationship, you get in a relationship, you don't. That's pretty much it. I will say, when it comes to being a big girl and dating in the game, it is a tiny difficult depending on your region. I will say that. If I lived down south, I probably would have a better dating life. Probably. I can't say 100% because I don't know. But I will tell you, when I'm up here, my messages and my matches, they're good, but they're a little low. Whenever I go past that Mason-Dixie line, like whenever I go down south, I'm getting a match every 0.5 seconds, and I'm getting a message on Plenty of Fish like all the time. Because Plenty of Fish is like one of the apps that you can directly message a person. So I'm always getting hit up. So once again, I think it just depends on where you are in your region. But also, if you're meant to find someone in a particular place, you're going to find them in that particular place. So don't rush it. Take your time. Enjoy life. And hey, being big isn't so bad. There's a lot of great songs about us.
Slow songs, they for skinny hoes. Can't move all of this, here to one of those. I'm a thick bitch, I need tempo. Fuck it up to the tip.
Watch out for the big girl. 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 Make her bag it up. Make her bag it up. Hey, big girl.
'Cause you're a big girl and you know it.
Until then, guys, it was nice swiping with you.